നമസ്കാരം. ഇന്ന് 2018 മാർച്ച് 12 തിങ്കൾ. ഇന്ന് അയ്യ വൈകുണ്ഠസ്വാമി ജയന്തി. അദ്ദേഹത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ 19-ാം നൂറ്റാണ്ടിൻ്റെ ആദ്യ ദശകങ്ങളിൽ തിരുവിതാംകൂർ രാജഭരണത്തിൽ ജീവിച്ചിരുന്ന ഒരു മഹാമാനുഷ്യ സാമൂഹിക പ്രവർത്തകനായിരുന്നു. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ജനനം 1809-ലായിരുന്നു. 1851 അദ്ദേഹം മരണമടയുകയും ചെയ്തു. ഇന്ത്യയിലെ തന്നെ ആദ്യത്തെ നല്ല സാമൂഹിക പരിഷ്കർത്താവ് എന്ന നിലയിലാണ് അദ്ദേഹം അറിയപ്പെടുന്നത്. ജാതി വിവേചനത്തിനെതിരെയും തൊട്ടുകൂടായ്മയ്ക്കെതിരെയും വിമർശനങ്ങൾ നടത്തുക മാത്രമല്ല, അതിനെതിരെ പോരാടുകയും കൂടി ചെയ്തു. അദ്ദേഹത്തെക്കുറിച്ചുള്ള കൂടുതൽ വിവരങ്ങൾ അറിയാം ആദ്യത്തെ സെഗ്മെൻറ്റ് കണ്ടുവന്നതിന് ശേഷം.
നമസ്കാരം, ഞാൻ ഷബ്നം, hypnotic and music counselor and career practitioner. Today I will be speaking to you about hypnotherapy. When we speak about hypnotherapy, a lot of questions come into our mind. Most of it is it related to hypnotism? We understand that a hypnotist always tries to hypnotize a very shy person on stage, and we see that the hypnotized person tries to dance on the stage on the command of the hypnotist. So what is really hypnotherapy? Hypnotherapy is nothing related to hypnotism. Hypnotism is only a stage performance used for entertainment, but hypnotherapy is used to treat mind related illness or behavior problems related to mind. Hypnotherapy and hypnotism both works on the principle of hypnosis. Hypnosis is a Greek word, hypnos, which means deep sleep. In our day-to-day life, we get hypnotized by many things around us, but we are not even aware of it. For example, let's talk about who makes use of this very effectively is the advertising world, which makes use of this. When a new product is launched in the market, we keep on seeing the advertisement after every corner in the street. We see that many times repeated on the television, and what happens is we unknowingly get attracted by the words. We do not know how we are charmed into buying that product which we may not require, but we end up buying the product. This is a process of hypnotized marketing, and that is what the advertisement company makes use of it. To understand hypnosis, we should learn a little bit about mind. Mind has 3 levels: the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the critical mind. The conscious mind is what we keep thinking. The thoughts are generated in the conscious mind. Conscious mind is also known as the working mind, or also it's known as a temporary memory, because at one time a person can remember only 7 to 9 bits of information. So it is this temporary mind which holds the information that you get from the surroundings around you. The conscious mind is also well known for rational thinking. When we think, we understand whether it is logic, is the person telling the right thing or the wrong thing, the process of what is going on just now. When I am talking to you, your mind is consciously thinking whether this person is talking right or wrong. This is the function of the rational thinking, which is also done in the conscious mind. Then comes the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, when a newborn baby is born, when a child is born, the subconscious mind is like an empty vessel. It's also known as tabula rasa, which means a blank slate. When a child is born, we do not have any kind of experience. As the child grows, the experiences are all put into this subconscious mind. All the memories are stored in this subconscious mind. So is the feelings attached to it, the emotions attached with it are all stored in the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is actually the storehouse of all our experiences, our memories, feelings and emotions. Now, what we continuously think in our subconscious mind is how the habit is formed, and that habit is what makes your behavior. Remember when the old wise people always said that people do not trust people on what they say, but please try to believe on the actions that the person does. This is also relative in today's time, where most of the group activities is done for interviews. In the interview, most of them have a written exam which you prepare and you go and you just say or you can write. But a group activity is definitely kept to observe the behavioral pattern of the candidates. For example, a person with a negative attitude, if a problem is given, the person will always say, "Oh, it's hard, it's difficult, it's too much of work." But a person with a positive attitude will have a different approach. He will say, "Oh, this is a problem. Let's take it as a challenge and we'll fix it. There's no problem." Now, the third portion of the mind is the critical faculty, which is also known as the critical mind. The critical mind comes between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind keeps on processing things, and what it makes logically correct, it passes through the filter, and that filter allows it to let these thoughts get into the subconscious mind. The critical thinking is done by the critical faculty of this mind. Now, the conscious mind uses a logic, language, whereas the subconscious mind uses the language spoken by the subconscious mind is imagination. When the logic mind and the imagination mind is kept together, it is always that the imagination wins, because imagination does not question anything, whether it is right or wrong. So, it is always the subconscious mind is the most powerful mind of a human being. We understand when a child is born, it is born in the subconscious mind 100% of the time. From 0 to 7 years, the child lives in subconscious mind. That is why a child is able to obey all the orders or listen without questioning the elders. The child picks up the language very fast. The child is very comfortable to learn new things. He is receptive to different informations he comes through in his daily life. When a child is born, the child has the subconscious mind. So, that is one of the reasons we need to be very careful when we talk to children, because these children will have the same kind of thoughts that we implant in their mind. That is why we say the mind of a child is like a fertile land. Whatever you sow in that, the same plant will grow. For example, we have children who have learning disabilities, or probably it is because they have very low confidence in themselves. Why does this happen? Nowadays we see that both parents are working. Most of the cases we see that parents are unable to give enough time to children like our parents did to us. Usually the mother and the father both work, they struggle and they go for work, they come back at home, they have work at home, they had a hard day at office, and when they come back they are too tired. And when they take care of a child's homework, it's just an example, you see that the mother will sit with the child for few minutes and then she explains to the 3-year-old or the 4-year-old to how the homework has to be done. And then she just runs away to do some of the household chores. And she'll tell the child, please do your homework, I'll come with you, I will join with you in few minutes. After some time she comes to check the homework and she sees the child it's a mess. And she gets very irritated, she gets upset and she starts to shout at the child saying that you cannot do such a small thing, it is so useless, you are really good for nothing. And now this is the message we keep giving the child very often. You are useless, you are good for nothing. And this child will listen to what this parent says because the parent is the child's role model. He believes whatever the parent says. This thought is continuously going to his subconscious mind and he will slowly start believing that he is useless, he is good for nothing. And these children develop with very low self-esteem and low self-confidence. They wouldn't want to try anything because they will always tell, I am not good at anything. Another example which rules our mind is fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of failure. These are all that has been input into our mind when we are small. We always want to be first, be successful. So children always fear failure, and this is why they fear to attempt even to get into a competition. Another area where fear works and mostly seen is when children have this fear of ghost. We all do not know what ghost is, but we all have our own description how a ghost would look like and what a ghost would be. Why? From where does this thought come? When we are small children, our parents say that drink milk fast, otherwise the ghost will come and take you. Or don't go into the corner, it's dark, there is a ghost waiting there. These thoughts slowly develop into the child's subconscious mind. Even though the child grows physically, in the mind this fear also grows. Slowly he associates these things with his surroundings and he starts to believe that he can see ghost, he can hear ghost. He can see things which others do not see, he can hear things which others do not hear. This becomes a problematic behavior, and this is how and when a hypnotherapist come into picture. One of the classic example of hypnotherapy was picturized in the movie Manichitrathar, where Dr. Sunny, was played by the actor Mohanlal, cures the character Ganga, played by Shobna. Hypnotherapy is used in treatment of fear, phobia, weight loss, wrong thoughts which cause disharmony in relationships. It is also used to get rid of habits or addictions like nail biting, alcohol, cigarette smoking, all these. In a hypnotherapy session, the client and the hypnotherapist sits together and works on the problem, identifies the problem. Depending on the need, the alertness, the suggestibility of the patient, the positive suggestions with the patient's consent is written down. Then during the hypnotherapy session, the person is taken into hypnosis by using music as a tool to reach this deep relaxation mode. Once the patient is in this hypnosis, positive suggestions are made to the patient repeatedly by the hypnotherapist. In this session, the patient will only hear what the hypnotherapist says. It works because in this deep relaxation period, the patient does not use his conscious mind. The critical mind is bypassed, the conscious mind is kept aside, and only the subconscious mind works. So whatever the hypnotic therapist says, the patient takes in all the information like a 3-year-old child without any resistance. This suggestions will go into the subconscious mind of the patient, and once the suggestions are repeatedly given and the patient is awakened from hypnosis, the patient feels fresh and starts to live a life more meaningfully. So we understand that our thoughts are the ones that rule our behavior. Let's all become aware that how thoughts are important in a person's behavior, because with these thoughts our behavior is connected. So let's start bringing a generation which is much more healthier and free of mental stress and mental related problems. For that, we need to spend quality time with the children and say the right words and the right things to children. It is good that we have a healthy mind and a healthy body. Thank you.